This weekend, much of the world's attention turns to the royal wedding between Prince Harry and actress Meghan Markle. Much has been made of the stories, allegations, claims, the strange relationship between Meghan and her father, Thomas Markle. We here decided to get to the bottom of the story, get to the center of the controversy, and traveled to Mexico to meet with Thomas for an exclusive sit-down interview to share his side with the public. Mr. Markle, thank you for joining us here today. We spoke over the phone last week, and you had mentioned that you would like a public forum to set the record straight on why you would not be attending your daughter Meghan Markle's wedding to Prince Harry, dubbed as the royal wedding.
Yes, thank you, Nick. The reason I will not be attending my daughter Meghan's wedding is because I was unable to book a flight. All the flights evidently to England from Mexico are full.
Sir, now we had one of our junior staffers here do some background and check things out. It turns out there were several international flights leaving from the United States to England, 4 of them actually leaving this afternoon, 2 of them this hour.
I also had tickets to see Bon Jovi.
Sir, a simple Google search has revealed that Bon Jovi is not currently on tour.
I had another heart attack.
Now, we also checked hospital records, and there seemed to be no file record, anything indicating that you were even admitted to a hospital. Also, there's not a hospital within 100 miles of your residence within Mexico.
All right, well, Nick, if you're going to get all my dick about it, come and find out this whole thing isn't going to make me a king, okay? I thought if a woman marries a prince, she becomes a princess. Ex post facto, her daddy becomes a king. Turns out, according to my daughter, that's not the case. You know? I'd seen Shrek. Princess Fiona, her dad is King Harold. That's how I thought it worked. Turns out totally wrong. And they're not even going to make her a princess, evidently. She's going to be a duchess. I hate the Dutch. I hate the Dutch so much I won't even split a check.
After uncovering the truth, and Mr. Markle discovering that he would indeed not become King of England, I decided to ask about his future, as well as his thoughts on his daughter Meghan's future.
The one thing I have to admit to is this has kind of shined a spotlight on me and my family, and we're going to try to take advantage and expand our existing business in Rosarita. We're now going to hire 2 more children to sell Pez, and we're going to bring in 3 more tomato trucks.
And what do you think the future holds in store for your daughter Meghan?
Probably an eternity burning in hell, if I had to guess.
Mr. Markle, do you consider yourself a religious man?
I am. I was raised Jehovah's Witness. I don't really practice now because I enjoy birthdays.
I spent the entire afternoon with Thomas Markle, and I was very grateful that he was gracious enough to answer every question I asked. However, some of his most insightful remarks occurred during the moments when he assumed we were on break.
I trained for 6 years in Japan under the tutelage of Steven Seagal. Sweating my balls off in here. Y'all got a Heineken or something? Y'all don't have much of a budget here. You think you could afford a comfortable chair? There was the time I almost died when I was hunting coyote. Turns out I was allergic to peanuts. Living in Mexico is cool. They have some good zip lines there, and there's way less talk or controversy over immigration than in the States. I believe most things from here come from goat.
I think that's about it. Thank you, Mr. Markle. I appreciate your time.
You're very welcome. Can you make a check out to my cousin's name?
Absolutely. During our sit-down, and all the way up until his last words, he mentioned money in several different instances. It's very clear that Meghan Markle thinks she has found love, and Thomas Markle thinks he has found a gold mine. So there you have it. The side of the story from the man burdened with such shame, he's forced to live life as a recluse. Burdened by his inability to become king, he hides in the shadows. Thank you for your time, and good night. This has been World News Nick.